I kind of would like to follow up with that a little bit because we are in a very red, very gerrymandered state, and you're going to have to represent not only the Democrats, but all of us. So what is your strategy or your plan for reaching out to the folks on the other side of the political persuasion and getting them to agree that we're all South Carolinians, and this is what we need to do to move us forward?
I think it's important to remember, especially with how nasty a political discourse can get. Everybody knows that MAGA is a cult, but we often forget that these people are victims. They're victims of a massive, well-funded, and intentional misinformation and disinformation campaign. And a lot of these people think that what they believe is what's best for the country. And you have to remember that these people are not our enemy. They are victims, and they're our fellow Americans. And that shift is really important, because if you look at the history of any cult that's fallen apart, anybody that's left a cult before, they always have the same sort of reason for leaving, and that is that they met somebody from outside that group that wasn't the way that they were told, that wasn't an evil and a hateful person that wanted to destroy them, and they realized that they were being lied to. And as MAGA begins to dissolve, especially with this Epstein thing that's getting even more out of hand every day, it's incumbent upon us to make sure that we give the people that are leaving MAGA a path back to being patriotic and American. And that means opening the doors to the Democrats. And not everybody on that side deserves it. A lot of them are very nasty people that have done terrible things. But we can decide, we have to choose between whether we want to live in a country that's fueled by hate or if we want to live in a country that's fueled by unity and love. And you can't beat hate with hate. You just make more hate. You can only beat hate with love. It's the only way that it works. And if you can focus on that, that helps you bring the humanity back to the people that you're talking to, and you can get real granular about some of the issues. One in particular, I was speaking with a woman from Calhoun County, and she was telling me that she didn't want her taxes to be raised for them to bring in a new fire department. And this is immediately after the wildfires had started to spike up. And I asked her why. Instead of being aghast at her for not wanting to help her community, I asked her why. And she says, well, I live about 15 minutes away from the town center where it would be built. If I had a fire, it wouldn't help me at all. And a single fire station isn't going to help with the wildfire situation. And so I asked her, would you be in favor of that money instead going to fight wildfires, like maybe one of those planes that drops the water in there? She says, oh yeah, excellent. That would be fantastic. So we have to remember, it's not that they don't care about the community. It's not that they vote against their best interests. It's that they often have different interests than ours, and we're not going to know that until we speak with them. And if you want to win over the right-wing vote, it's not by moving to the center, and it's not by being a moderate. It's about listening and explaining your ideas, because the best idea wins. It doesn't matter who it comes from. And if we can stick to that, not only are we as a party going to do better, but we as a nation are going to do much better as well.